Welcome back to Rashad's Garage, and today I'm going to try to take care of a long overdue project. As you know, I am running a J8 44 RCV, axle shafts and truss and all the good stuff, ARB locker, just a regular 44 in the rear, chromoly axle shafts, but wheeling, it does fine. It's great on the 40s. I don't let my tires spin too much. It gets down and it works. But when it comes to stopping, it kind of sucks. So what I bought is Gladiator rear calipers and rotors. Then I went with a brand new Detroit axle rotor for the front, and I went with Gladiator front brakes. These should bolt in and give me a 2-piston upgrade, bigger rotors up front, massive rotors in the rear, and a bigger single piston in the rear. So what I'm gonna do is take these tires off and then slap them on. And then I'm also doing a tire rotation because these are getting a little cupping. I need to check my tire pressure, so I'm gonna move these to the rear and I'm gonna throw in my spare. So I got a little bit of work ahead of me, so let me get started and show you the progress. So I just remembered that I forgot to do like a small brake test before I took everything apart, but it's okay. They should be better. They're way bigger than these anyways. So what I got in this box is a little tool that clamps the brake line. I'm hoping that saves me from bleeding or helps the bleeding process. So let me open this and show you. And never mind, these things won't fit. So they're supposed to go like this. You're supposed to tighten it up, but as you can see, there's not enough thread to tighten it up. So I'll probably put channel locks on it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that will work. I'm just trying to stop the fluid from dripping out when I take it apart, but we'll see. In worst case, I just have to re-bleed everything. I don't know if this harms the brakes. I don't think it does, but I just put vice grips on it. Hopefully that works. When I take it off, minimize the fluid that's coming out. So I'm gonna start with the rear because those are easier. I'm just gonna do it one by one, and then when I'm done, I have to take this tire off and put it on the rear and put that one as a spare, and then they're all placed in the order. But here's the part that'll be going on. Well, I'm here, might as well figure out the one that goes on that side. So I believe this, oh, they're labeled, look at that. So this one goes on this side. So it's supposed to just bolt right in, so let's give it a shot. All right, so that worked. It's no dripping. And here's the size comparison. So this is from a newer Gladiator. They are takeoffs, but he only used them for about 20,000 miles. So they should hold for quite a while. But here's the difference. This is a new one, and that's the old one. You can see the size difference. And here are the calipers, and you already can tell this is the old one. This is the new one. So I'm just gonna bolt everything together and show you how it looks. So as far as the rear goes, everything just bolts right in. As you can see, I started putting them in, but I stopped to record. And then I forgot to show the teardown, but I mean, brakes are simple. Take off the wheel, you take off the caliper with these two bolts right here, and then you take off the caliper bracket. And then you undo the line. I did clamp it, like I said before, to stop the fluid from dripping and hopefully make bleeding easier. But it's very, very simple to take off brakes. So it's just taking them off and then putting them on, well, the new ones on. There was no trimming, no cutting. The dust shield is perfect. Everything bolts right up. Just like that, the new, bigger rotor and caliper is on. I'm pretty sure everything is done right. It is not, let me know, but this is the way it bolted together. It looks good, definitely bigger. I'm pretty sure the 17s will clear this. I see plenty of JLs with 17, so this should be fine. I'm excited to try it out, but I still have the front and the other rear to go. So I won't show the other rear just because I showed you this one. I will show you the front when I move to the front though. So let me go get the other rear done and then we'll move to the front. So we're on the front now. So same thing as before, clamped it off, no drip. It dripped when I took the caliper off, but not from there, so that's good. Took everything off just like taking brakes off. So here is the rotor. This is a new one obviously, and that's the old one. Again, you can tell the size. And then look at this puny single piston caliper compared to this new, bigger Gladiator one. So I do believe there is a little bit of cutting, so let me try to test fit and I'll let you guys know. So as you can see right here, it is overlapping. Part of me was like, yeah, I can run with it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cut this little slit out, do the same down there, and then I can bolt them on. With the quick cut, that didn't even take a minute. It is good to go. Yeah, that was literally like 30 seconds of cutting. And yeah, it's perfect. All right, so I got all the new calipers, bolts, pads, rotors, everything on, and it looks big. So what I'm about to do now is I'm about to get in the Jeep. I'm just gonna apply some brake, see what it does. If it grabs, then great. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna bleed it. I'm hoping the way I clamped off each brake line that I don't need to bleed it, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know how it works. So I'm just gonna try it, and then if I need to bleed it, I have a handy dandy tool that should make bleeding. The plan for clamping each line didn't work. I guess it saved me from cleaning up a mess. I thought that if I clamped them, it would make bleeding or easier because there was no air that got into it. But I guess when I took it off and put the new one on, air got into it. But it's okay, I got this nice tool. Let me open it up. All right, so this is a brake bleeder tool. You can do it by yourself. So I'm gonna hook it up and see how much air I can get out of the lines. Okay, so I did the other 3 corners. I'm doing this corner again. I had to add brake fluid because it was low. But what you do is you loosen it up and you put this right here on the nipple right there. Hard to focus. And then you open it up and you squeeze and you close it. So let me get this last corner done and see how she stops. I've been running it with the Jeep on, 4-wheel drive, front locker engaged, rear locker engaged, and just stopping, seeing how the brakes feel. They're getting firm. I think this is the last side I need to do, and I'll be good to go. All right, you just keep squeezing, and then fluid will start coming out. And then as the fluid comes out, you can see the air coming out. So let me keep going, and then I'll let you guys know when it's good. Oh, there we go. See? Fluid starting to come. You can see the air coming out with it. So we're in business right here. Perfect. All right, so I got all the brakes on. I put Loctite, red Loctite on my spacers, then on the lug nuts for the wheels, so these things ain't coming off. But the last thing I gotta do now is, this was my passenger front tire. It was cupping and it is low on tread, so I'm gonna throw it on the spare. This was the tire on my spare. I need to check the torque of the ring just to make sure it's good. I need to add the balancing beads inside of it, and then it's going on, and then I can take it off for a test drive. All right, just like that, we're done. I rotated the tires while I'm at it. This tire was up front, it had cupping on it, so I took it off. This was a spare. I threw it on, it has some good tread. Had to redo the bead locks, add beads, but yeah, balancing beads. But yeah, everything is rotated, driving nice. The tool I used for the brakes, it got them good enough to drive, but they're a little squishy, so I'm gonna do it the old school way, have someone pump. But yeah, it did good. These nice beefy brakes, you can already tell the difference. They stop way quicker and they're better. And with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe for more. So one thing I forgot in this whole video was to mention how much everything cost. So for the front calipers, I got those off eBay. I bought them for $70. I won them on an auction. They were used. They came with caliper brackets and they came with the calipers. I bought brand new pads and rotors from Detroit Axle. I believe it was around $120. Those were a good deal. So let's say $190. I did pick up the rear caliper, pads, bracket, rotor from a guy locally. I know in the video I kept saying Gladiator, but they actually came off a JL Rubicon, so they already had the bigger brakes, same brakes as Gladiator. I paid $150, I believe, from that guy. So overall, I was in this carry, let's see, 340. Yep, I was in it 340 for everything. Now, I did have to go to Ace Hardware and get some more bolts. I did go get red Loctite, but around 340, 350 for bigger brakes is great. I still haven't bled them yet, but when I bleed them, I know they're going to stop better. But do I think it's worth it? Yeah. And eventually, I am going to get the J8 brake booster to go with it. So this thing is going to be stopping really, really good. It's going to help whenever I decide to go V8 or supercharger. So it's going to be nice. But with that being said, this was the little clip after the video. But like, comment, and subscribe for more.